Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be making one of these really pretty flower granny squares. They're really simple and quite quick to do. You can make them in any colour and they're just really pretty. So let's get started. So for this project I'm using a 4mm hook and double knit yarn, but you can use whichever hook and yarn you like. We're going to start with a simple double magic ring. So now we're going to chain 2. We're going to yarn over, pull through and pull through 2. So we're left with 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the magic loop and pull through 2. We're left with 3 on our hook. We're going to pull through all 3 and chain 2. Let's do that again. Yarn over into the magic ring, pull through 2. You've left 2 on your hook. Yarn over, through the magic ring, pull through 2. You have 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. You have 4 on your hook. Pull through all 4 and chain 2. So for this first one we had 3 on the hook at the end because the first stitch was a chain, and this one we had 4 on the end because these are proper stitches. So for each one we do now we will end up with 4 loops on our hook, and we need to make a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. So we yarn over, 1, 2, 3, and you can see we have 4 loops on our hook. Pull through all 4 and chain 2. Next one, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Got 4 on the hook, pull through all 4, chain 2. So continue around until you have 8 of these in your magic ring. I shall come back to you when I'm on the 8th one. Okay, so I have 8 on my magic ring. I'm going to pull the tail end of my magic ring, which is going to tighten one of the loops. The one that has tightened, I'm going to pull, which tightens the other loop, and pull my tail, which will tighten that one again. I have chained 2 as with the others, and I'm just going to slip stitch into there, closing it off, and I'm going to cut and weave in my ends. Here we have the middle of our flower. I have attached my petal colour to the hook. We're going to put that through the space between these, attach that on, chain 2. Now we're going to do the same as these, but we're doing 5 instead of 3. So we're going to yarn over, pull through, and then just the first 2, yarn over, pull through just the first 2. Because we're going to count the chain as our first stitch, that's now 3 stitches. Yarn over, just the first 2, and 1 more, yarn over. Now we're going to pull through all of those, and this time we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4 chains or 5 chains? 1, 2, 3, 5. I'll get back 1. Okay, so it's 4. So we're going to yarn over into the next stitch space, pull through and just pull through 2. So that's 2 stitches, 3 stitches, 4 stitches, 5. Now we're going to pull through all of those and chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull through all of those, chain 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to continue around until we have 8 of those, and I'll get back to you when I get to the end there. So I've done my 8th cluster, I have chained 4, now I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my first one and cut and weave in those ends, and this is how it's looking. Okay, so taking our next colour, going into one of the chain spaces, we are going to do a round of single crochets. So in between each petal we're doing 6 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, shuffle it along a bit, 5, 6. So they do all fit in there like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, give them a shuffle, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shuffle, and 6. So I'm going to continue around until I get to there, and then I'll come back to you. So I've made it all the way round. I'm going to slip stitch into my first stitch I created, and then I'm going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Into the next stitch I'm going to do a treble crochet, so we yarn over twice, we pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. The next stitch along is a double crochet. These are US terms. And now we're going to do 6 half doubles, so 1 in each space. Half doubles is where you pull through all 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next is a double crochet, and then a treble, so that's yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, another treble, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and into the next space along another treble. Another treble, next one is a double. And then we're going to do 6 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now it's a double. Two trebles. Two. Chain 2. 1, 2. A treble. And a treble into the next one. A double. We're going to do 6 half doubles again. So as you can see, where we've done the chain, that becomes the corner. So the 2 trebles each side of the corner brings it up to a nice height to make it the square shape. So we're going to do 6 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's a double. We have our 2 trebles for the first half of our corner. Chain 2 to make the point of our corner, and then 2 more trebles. So next we have a double. And again our 6 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now a double stitch. 2 trebles. And our first chain was 4 chains, and then we did a treble, so that counts as the other half of the corner. So we just need to chain 2 and slip stitch into the top of the chain. There. You can see that has now made that into a more square shape. So from here we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're working double crochets into each stitch along until we get to the corner. So if we count our chain as our first stitch, it's going to be 12 stitches along. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And now we're going to do 3 double crochets into this chain corner space. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 3 more into that same corner space. 2, 3. We're going to do 12 across, and then we're going to again do the corner with 3, chain 2 and 3 into the corner. We're going to do that for each of our corners. So if we continue around, I shall meet you back at the last corner. So I've made it round to my last corner. I'm going to put 3 into there. Chain 2 and then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And to the top of the first chain, I'm just going to do a slip stitch, and then I'm going to cut and weave in those ends. But we have our completed square. You could do more rows and continue around if you wanted to make it bigger, but this is where I'm leaving mine. If you have a go at making these, please do let me know what you're going to use them for. I'd love to hear what you're making your squares into. I always love to hear what you guys are up to. And I shall be along next week with a new tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon.